Hello everyone and good afternoon. Welcome in Let's Connect with Prerna. I am inviting Manju ma'am, Principal of Delhi Public School, to join in my session for the talk show. So welcome once again everyone. My today's live session is with Delhi Public School, Lucknow, and I'm inviting Manju ma'am to join in so that we can begin with the conversation. All right, can anybody can write? Am I audible? Hi, can anybody please write in the chat box, in the comment box? Am I audible to everyone? All right, thank you. So my today's live session, as I said, is with the principal of DPS, Lucknow, and I'm inviting Manju ma'am to join in. Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you everyone who have just mentioned that am I like, I'm audible. Hi.
Hello, Prerna.
Yeah, hi ma'am, hi. Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes, you are audible to me.
Okay, thank you. So, welcome everyone and good afternoon. I am live today with Mrs. MANJULAKHANPAL and she's principal of DPS Shaheed Path, Lucknow. Welcome ma'am. Welcome to my Let's Connect with Prerna Ka initiative.
Thank you, Prerna. Yeah.
And welcome everyone who have just joined in our session. So just to remind again, I'm live today with DPS Shaheed Path and thank you. So we are beginning with our questions and the answers would be from Manju ma'am's end. So मैम शुरू करें बात अपनी मैम बिल्कुल मैम ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन को लेकर के मैं कई सारे सेशंस कर चुकी हूँ अपने टॉक शो पे और बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है सभी का ये जानना मैम कि किस तरीके से जो एक टीचर्स का और एक
वॉइस इज क्रैकिंग प्रेरणा
इज इट ओके नाउ
या
ओके सो मैम मैं ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन की बात आपसे कर रही थी मैं जानना चाहूंगी कि डीपीएस में अगर मैं ऑलराइट बट आई कैन हियर यू लाउड एंड क्लियर मेरे को बिल्कुल आवाज अच्छे से आ रही है मंजू मैम आप एक बार अपना फोन पे मैम कनेक्शन जस्ट प्लीज चेक बिकॉज एट टाइम्स इट टेक्स सम टाइम टू welcome everyone who are joining welcome everyone who are joining now मैम आपको अब आ रही है मेरी आवाज अच्छे से मैम मैं ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन का इम्पैक्ट के बारे में आपसे पूछ रही थी कि अगर मैं आपकी ब्रांच की बात करूं डीपीएस शहीद पथ की ब्रांच की बात करूं तो किस तरीके से मैम ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन को जब पैंडेमिक में बोला गया कि अब स्कूल्स नहीं खुल रहे हैं और ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन ही एक माध्यम बचा है जिसके थ्रू हम क्लासेस ले सकें तो मैं चाहूंगी मैम यहाँ पे आप बताएं किस तरीके से डीपीएस शहीद पथ ने ये इनिशिएटिव लिया और अपनी क्लासेस में टीचर्स को ट्रेन करके एजुकेशन इम्पार्ट करना शुरू करा
this happened last year in the month of March 2020 when suddenly the pandemic struck the entire nation over the globe. So I think we took a very immediate step by educating our teachers within a week. हमने सब टीचर्स को क्योंकि तब हमें इतने प्लेटफॉर्म्स नहीं पता थे हाउ टू गो अबाउट इट तो सबसे जो इम्पोर्टेंट और एक मोस्ट कॉमनली नोन वाज गूगल मीट we quickly started teachers on Google Meet and then Zoom. तो हमने अपने टीचर्स को ट्रेन किया और बच्चों को तुरंत बताया कि भाई दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू टेक स्टेप्स हाउ यू हैव टू इंस्टॉल द सर्टेन थिंग्स और हम gradually we understood that Google हो चाहे Zoom हो प्राइवेसी थोड़ी सी डिस्टर्ब रहती है right so what we started working on some other platforms and then we went to MS Teams wherein we purchased the entire package and we equipped our students. We gave them the IDs. The teachers were also given a training. And with MS Teams, we are doing a very secured online learning and teaching, wherein there is, how cyber is happening today. So
Right.
anyone can barge in and class. So we wanted a security where there is an undisturbed class going on.
Yeah.
So we switched through MS Teams. And I think most of the parents and teachers quickly adapted to it because
Right.
everyone was ready for this new normal somehow. So by the month of May, we were good and we started our online classes properly. So I think we
Right.
did not get much problem because technology is one thing wherein students are better than the teachers. So teachers have also learned from the students and parents have also got it good. So I think online was a blessing. Otherwise, children would have got a break here
बिल्कुल
or here. So somewhere it has helped a lot.
बिल्कुल मैम बिल्कुल मैम एक क्वेश्चन एक स्टूडेंट की तरफ से है दैट क्वेश्चन बच्चा बोलता है कि फिजिकल क्लासेस ब्रिंग बेस्ट ऑफ देम and online learning is boring at times they are not able to connect तो यहाँ पे बच्चा आपके कमेंट्स जानना चाहता है मैम व्हाट आर योर कमेंट्स कीपिंग दिस इन माइंड
See, irony is this, like we all want physical classes because to some extent what we learn physically in presence of a teacher inside a brick and mortar classroom
जी
can never be substituted by an online. And here the child who's asking me a question, definitely I would say not only the students, even the teachers are missing that offline class.
बिल्कुल
Because in online classes, sticking onto the screen time gets increased. So it is a
राइट
trouble for the eyes, for the concentration, and even a teacher cannot monitor the students throughout.
ट्रू
Because if there is a class of 20 or 30, so it is so difficult. So teacher and students are not one-to-one interacting. So somewhere I feel that offline cannot be replaced by online at any cost. Sooner the better. We would like to switch to offline, which most of the schools have done and the students have started coming to school. I was interacting with the children and they are also happy to come back to school. So
बिल्कुल
yes, online tuition, it was required, otherwise the students would have lost their entire one academic year.
यस
Due to online, at least we were able to bridge that gap. There was no drops. But yes, definitely keeping our fingers crossed. I would pray to God that there are no more waves coming of COVID and we
बिल्कुल
sail out of this as soon as possible.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
And I
मैम
wish that,
सॉरी मैम आई कुंड
yeah,
बीच
continue.
में आवाज मफल हो गई थी आपकी
To wish that child a good luck who has asked this question. And since the government has also allowed the students of 1 to 5, but honestly speaking, at the moment, I'm not ready and I'm not accepting the consent of the government to call these smaller children. The
बिल्कुल
students of class 1 to 5 or 7, they're too tender to be uh, given a knowledge of COVID safety protocols. They will not understand. So I
बिल्कुल
suggest that it is to call students of 8 to 12 offline and these ones can survive with the online for some more time.
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली मैम मैं न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी को लेकर के आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन दैट हाउ विल दिस एनईपी इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट स्टूडेंट्स
The NEP, the way the NEP is being implemented for the pre-primary children.
जी
So now see, the children have gone to class 6 secondary and senior secondary. They will definitely get advantage because there is lots of shuffling in the courses and the kind of assessments we are doing in the NAP. This is one thing which is going to help the students in 9 to 12. But NEP, if we start implementing right from the year it has started, the new
जी
education policy, it's going to help the students in the primary level, which will help them build a strong conceptual knowledge. And with this, the time that we have bifurcated, 2 plus 3 plus 5 and
ट्रू
5. And
ट्रू
this is very good initiative by the government that we are not confining any particular child to a particular subject.
यस
Otherwise, if you remember, sometimes it was PCM, mathematics to lena hi hai. So if
बिल्कुल
I am in good in, I cannot have a choice with arts or some other subject. Now it
ट्रू
is not necessary for it to learn chemistry with mathematics. If I'm not good in chemistry, I can skip chemistry and I move. So this way we
यस
are preparing students who can choose any vocation in their future. So I think this NEP is going to bring a lot of reformation in our education industry.
राइट मैम, दूसरा मेरा मतलब इसी से जुड़ा हुआ एक और सवाल कि क्या टीचर्स और स्कूल्स इस न्यू एजुकेशन
I can't
पॉलिसी के
hear
लिए
you.
ओके, एम आई ऑडिबल नाउ?
No, no.
ऑलराइट, नाउ?
Yeah, you are
ओके,
now audible.
ओके, सो आई माय क्वेश्चन इज दिस दैट मैम, न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी को लेकर के क्या स्कूल्स, टीचर्स ये सब प्रिपेयर्ड है? मान लीजिए मतलब गवर्नमेंट का एक रूल आया या गवर्नमेंट ने न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी पास करी, तो आर वी इक्विप्ड schools, if we talk about schools especially, ma'am, so what are your views here?
We are definitely going through the lots of literature which is coming up from the CBSE and the government. So
Okay.
CBSE is gradually implementing everything which is a part of the NEP, and this is how our assessment systems have been changed. So the children are also guided, the teachers are also given time training from time to time by the CBSE, by our external guidance. So I think gradually by the end of this year, NEP will be in the blood and veins of the teachers and the students.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। बल्कि मैम मैं मतलब बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स का, क्योंकि कोई भी चीज नहीं आती है तो उसके प्लस भी होते हैं और माइनस भी होते हैं। तो एक क्वेश्चन जो बड़ा ही पेरेनियल रहा है इस दौरान जब से न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी का, कि हाउ विल इट बी हेल्पफुल फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स मैम? आपके कमेंट्स इस पे, ये अगर पेरेंट का एक क्वेश्चन है कि न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी को लेकर के।
Definitely, I think the kind of policy which has come up, it's very user friendly, but I would say it is a student friendly. We are moving out of that monotonous and route learning which we used to do earlier. So NEP has a project wherein the students are given a liberty to choose their subject. See, it was very easy for us to say in foreign education system, the child is given a choice of subject from the very early childhood so that he becomes a master of whatever he or she inclines for. So I think we are stepping into that stone now. So this is the first step, and I personally feel we will come out of those boundaries, engineer, doctor, IAS. No, there are
बिल्कुल।
multiple vocations for the students. And one more thing is good about this NEP, that we are not going for the A graders, 90 percenters. There is a scope for every learner,
यस,
because every child is unique and every learner has to have something or the other as a vocation for them. And NEP
एब्सोल्युटली,
is going to prepare.
एब्सोल्युटली right. Ma'am, there is one view that new education policy is discouraging after school higher education to most. It's more oriented to create skilled labor for blue collar jobs. Is it true?
See, to some extent, what I said. Now there is a good opportunity for each and every child. It's not necessary that I become a doctor or I become an engineer or I become a whatever. Now there are options. Like if a child has a combination, he or she can go for any vocation they look for. And
Yes.
definitely, if a child is given a chance to polish their skills from the see, what happens, like let us take our examples. If somebody would have told us in our early childhood,
जी,
don't take science, commerce, you take with this combination, you are going to crack your bankings, you are going to crack your other competitive examinations. But we were
right.
clutched, we were handcuffed that physics तो पढ़नी ही पढ़नी है, chemistry तो पढ़नी,
पर नहीं है।
biology में चॉइस कर लो, राइट?
बिल्कुल।
सो मैथमेटिक्स जिसको आता है तो उसके लिए कहीं फिजिक्स गड़बड़ हो सकता है, केमिस्ट्री गड़बड़ हो सकता है. So now this is giving an opportunity skilled. Now as we know that it is not only engineering colleges or the medical colleges, there are multiple colleges open today. Go for
बिल्कुल
architect, not necessarily take mathematics.
बिल्कुल
Even a art graduate or a humanities or the commerce graduate can go and become an architect. So I
ट्रू।
think this is giving a good opportunity to the children to polish their skills and come up with flying colors and whatever they want. And I think somewhere we are going to match with the IB in this thing. So
यस
NEP I do appreciate.
मैम, हाउ डू यू सी इन द लाइट ऑफ पैंडेमिक एंड वंस इट्स ओवर द फ्यूचर ऑफ फ्रेश पास आउट्स?
Yes, I personally feel they are the ones who are the losers. I really feel very sorry for the children who passed their class 12th last year. Because see, whichever class you are in, quite okay, like if you are in 11th, you will go to 12th. But for me, the children who had passed their class 12th, they lost their that year wherein they had that excitement to go into the college as a fresher. So they lost that 1 year of excitement and anxiety which they would have felt in the college physically. They missed that. Same is happening with the students who are looking for a college. They are again sitting at home and doing their online. So I, as a student, if I would have been a student, I would have missed it a lot because be it ragging, a very little one, but it required that anxiety to meet your seniors and become a fresher, go to the college where you are all on your own, like
Right.
in Maharashtra and all, call it PU. Pre-university, they give it the opportunity from 11th itself. But
Yes.
this side till 12th are school students. So they missed that, being called the youngsters. So I really feel very sorry for the children. Okay, fine, these 2 years will also bridge the gap once they are on their physical on offline
Absolutely.
classes. It was a big damage.
बिल्कुल आई थिंक बट धीरे धीरे जो पैंडेमिक को टाइम में ध्यान में रखते हुए हेल्थ वाज सुप्रीम और हेल्थ को ही ध्यान में रखते हुए स्कूल्स वर क्लोज और ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन का या ऑनलाइन एक तरीका आया जिसको जरिए एजुकेशन को इम्पार्ट किया जाए.
At least there was no gap, no break. Otherwise, the children who had passed last year, they are now in their second year. They would have been waiting. So online is a boon, it is a blessing, but online is not a substitution of offline for sure.
राइट.
Offline has its own taste and old, right?
राइट. मैम स्कूल्स रीओपन हो रहे हैं अभी आपने बात में बताया जैसे किस तरीके से धीरे धीरे गवर्नमेंट की गाइडलाइंस आ रही हैं और गवर्नमेंट के कंसेंट लेकर मतलब गवर्नमेंट के कंसेंट से अब स्कूल्स रीओपन की बात है तो मैम इसमें एक आपका व्यू क्या है और आपका मैसेज स्पेशली फॉर स्टूडेंट्स एंड पेरेंट्स क्योंकि स्कूल्स के लिए आई एम वेरी श्योर दैट बच्चे तो बहुत ही ज्यादा एक्साइटेड होंगे टू कम बैक टू स्कूल एंड ऑल दोज डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज वर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट जो 1.5 साल से बच्चों की लाइफ में नहीं रही. तो मैं चाहती हूँ मैम आपका मैसेज पेरेंट्स के लिए और बच्चों के लिए कीपिंग दिस रीओपनिंग ऑफ स्कूल्स इन माइंड.
I would suggest like if the schools are reopening, definitely the schools are going to take extra care so that each and every child is safe and secure in the premises. But definitely now the parents are not making the children sit at home throughout. Everyone is going to mall for excursions. So why not schools? Because school is one place after the home that it takes care of the child the most.
Yes.
So I would request all the parents that have faith in the teachers and the organization where your child is studying. We will take care of your children, but yes, if the child is not well, please don't send the child to school. But if the schools are reopening, please do send your children to school. Because enough of excuses that we will not send this, blah, blah. Because when I go to malls, even I go to malls now, I see the people on the street without masks, small kids not wearing masks, the mothers not wearing masks. So if parents have a hitch in sending the child to school, then they shouldn't be stepping out of their house also.
Absolutely,
If you
absolutely,
are
ma'am. I agree.
paid, because child's education is one thing in India which we are compromising,
Right.
besides everything. So
Yes.
why only school they will not send?
बिल्कुल.
I request कि नमन करती हूँ सब parents को कि please have a faith and trust in the organizations where your children are, and definitely children are also missing their offline classes. So let
बिल्कुल.
them live their life. Yes, tell them, educate them how to keep a social distancing, how to follow the COVID protocol, which in schools also we are doing it. But educate your child. This is the life. And see, Prerna, what I would say is like it will become a kind of influenza in another 5-6 months. We'll have
बिल्कुल.
to learn to live with. So how long can we give an excuse कि हम school नहीं जाएंगे?
बिल्कुल.
I request that if you're not sending the child to school, then please stop going to any social gathering.
Yes.
Stop going to the market. Confine yourself to one gate of your house. Then only I'm ready to accept that you are not sending your child to school.
बिल्कुल.
Because rest of the
बिल्कुल.
activities are done. School is not considered. Sorry, I'm not ready to accept that.
बिल्कुल आई थिंक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट बात और आपने बहुत ही अच्छे एग्जाम्पल के साथ मंजू मैम ये एक्सप्लेन करी कि स्कूल जाने में तो कोविड है और मॉल जाने में कोविड नहीं है सो दिस इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल दिस इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेड. अग्रीड. और स्कूल्स रीओपन को लेकर के स्कूल की तो जो जिम्मेदारी है मैम, वो आई एम वेरी श्योर स्कूल बखूबी निभा रहे होंगे. बच्चों की और पेरेंट्स की भी जिम्मेदारी है टू टेक केयर ऑफ कोविड प्रोटोकॉल्स, टू मेंटेन सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, टू वेयर मास्क. और आपने बोला कि अगर तबीयत ठीक नहीं है तो बच्चे स्कूल भी ना आए.
We are ready for that.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. I think it's very important for everybody who is watching us right now and later when they will watch the video to understand the importance of going to school and should not take it lightly. मैम मेरा जो लास्ट एक कॉन्वर्सेशन का जो फ्लो होता है वो तुरंत टुवर्ड्स वुमेन पे रहता है. Because so क्योंकि I have seen one thing ma'am, that you know lady of the house is always the pillar. I mean emotionally matlab I don't know, you get that you get that strength seeing your mother, seeing your grandmother, seeing your elder sister, at times younger ones also, they teach us something or the other. So I have a question ma'am, that how do you see the role of women in pandemic generated difficult times, especially ma'am वो चाहे हाउसवाइफ हो चाहे वर्किंग लेडी हो चाहे घर की कोई ओल्ड एज ग्रैंड मदर्स या ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स हो. तो मैम यहाँ पे आपके व्यू क्या है? जो एक सुपर मॉम बोला जाता था, बट आई नाउ फील दैट सुपर वुमेन जिन्होंने घर भी संभाला, किचन भी संभाला, क्लीनिंग भी संभाली. तो आई थिंक मैम यहाँ पे दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट कि आपका मैसेज उन सभी लेडीज के लिए. एंड आई ऑल्सो वांट दैट आप स्कूल के लिए मैम, क्योंकि मुझे आई एम वेरी श्योर दैट टीचर्स का भी बहुत ही बड़ा रोल रहा है मैम. टीचर्स उनकी एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और उनका घर जो उनकी ड्यूटी. तो इसके लिए भी मैम, बिकॉज आई वांट माय व्यूअर्स टू नो दैट दिस हैज बीन अ चैलेंजिंग टाइम फॉर एवरीबॉडी.
See, Prerna, I would say that though it was a challenging time for each and every generation, be it a man, be it a woman, be it children, old parents, everyone. But here the role of a woman has come up as a superwoman. Wonder Woman, I call all the ladies of the house. Because see, everyone was at home, giving perfect need, sufficing the need of each and everyone who is present at home. Kids have their own demand, elderlies have their own demand, your spouse has your own demand, if it's a sibling they have own demands. With the work, the kind of work, the domestic work we all have, and the ones who had been bridging a gap between the professional and the personal. Say for example our teachers, I'll just quote the example of teachers were taking the online classes. At the same time the needs, like see, everyone had become a culinary expert, suddenly during the pandemic.
Right.
Suddenly there was lot of recipes coming up. Everyone had their demand, ye bana do, wo bana do, ye kar. With that, sufficing with their professional requirements, there were bankers and all who had been regularly going to their offices. Like even I took only 1 month break. That was April 2020. After that, we have been regularly coming to school. So we did struggle with the pandemic. These wonder women of our generation, including you and every lady who's sitting at home, the life had been challenging, but I think the women had come up with a flying color because they have given satisfaction to everyone in terms of everything, right? So the thing is, the women morally, physically, and mentally, 3 ways they have supported and they have not let their family go out of the woods, right?
Absolutely.
So I as a woman or you as a woman must have done the best to make everybody happy, and I think most of the women have been successful in doing so. A mother who had a child of pre-primary, who was studying in pre-primary, the mother had equipped that child to learn through the online classes, then it's again a challenge. A small child, making him or her sit in front of the screen for 2 hours, it's a big task, but the mothers have been successful in doing so. They have the needs of the child at home, and as a teacher they have helped, and not only mother, teacher, or the students. Like you, a working woman, you have not stopped. You have thought of looking for other vocations, other enterprises, other areas where you can keep yourself busy. And each and every woman has sought out one vocation for herself. And I've seen many ladies coming up with lots of exercises, like maybe they have become an entrepreneur, they have started some online things for themselves. Nobody has let it go as a waste. So one thing we have learned with pandemic, which I think everyone must have learned, that we can suffice our needs with very little. We don't
Definitely.
need the जो है we can find out new things in that. जो हम लोगों ने घर बैठे किया, and especially the time of 2020 April to 2020 July. That was the best time of our lives which we have led. I think generations will look forward for such, but okay, pandemic was one thing. Many people have lost their years and years. My
Definitely.
entire empathy and sympathy to everyone. But pandemic has taught a lot of lessons to all of us.
बिल्कुल.
That love everyone, treat everyone with humanity, and fight your circumstances with bravery and come up with new things from the existing ones. So this is a big lesson I have learned from pandemic.
बिल्कुल. आई एम वेरी श्योर मंजू मैम सबने इस पैंडेमिक के जो दौर रहा है मैम इन 1.5 2 साल में बहुत सी चीजें सीखी हैं और उन चीजों ने हमें और स्ट्रांग ही बनाया है. तो ma'am, before I conclude your message to everyone, especially the teachers, because I really appreciate मैम जो एफर्ट्स टीचर्स ने खुद स्टूडेंट बन के नई चीजें सीखी और बच्चों तक पहुंचाई. मैम दैट्स अमेजिंग. So your message to all the teachers and message to parents and students.
My sincere gratitude to all the teaching fraternity, because this is the one fraternity who has struggled a lot to this fraternity has struggled a lot to educate and to learn, because this was the time when they were learning for themselves. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'll just finish. So basically what has happened is the teachers, they
Ma'am,
have
sorry for
learned the technology.
one second. Huh? This call ringing. I just wanted मुझसे रहा नहीं गया तो मैं सोच रही हूँ बोल दूँ मैम. This is what working woman is. Managing one thing at one end, handling the other thing, third thing is on its way. So ये जो multitasking है ना मैम, this is yes ma'am. You can continue ma'am.
To the teachers is like the teachers have themselves become the learners,
Yeah.
and they have fought the odds, because I think you must have read during the last year's struggle of teachers, wherein they were pulled up by the parents, the students, and despite of all this, they have come up as the teachers who have educated their students, and they have got them good marks and let them go to the next level of their academics. So the teachers have really worked hard, and it was not easy with a small
बिल्कुल.
gadget called mobile, in a classroom which was done physically, preparing the presentations, getting the slides and everything. Hats off to the teacher fraternity. I really give a big salute to the entire teaching fraternity.
बिल्कुल.
Plus, it's a big salute to the parents and the students who have cooperated and supported us in doing this task. It was not
Yes.
possible without help or support of the all stakeholders. The
बिल्कुल.
institution is incomplete without any single stakeholder. School is a building if there is no teacher. School is a building if there are no students. And without parents, definitely there are no students. So a big thank you to all the stakeholders of the organization, the institution. And thank you, Prerna, for giving me this opportunity to put up my
Thank you so
thoughts
much,
over here.
Manju ma'am. And it was quite visible that how occupied you are. I mean, but
Please
even
note
then,
that
taking time and coming live with me. Thank you so much, Manju ma'am, for sparing time
thank
for this.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.